Hey guys, so this week I will be featuring this stamp set. It's kind of a Christmas in July theme week. This is Carols of Christmas. This is a stamp set that will be in the new holiday catalog. Now this stamp set is not available for purchase. The only way you can get this stamp set is if you sign up to be a demonstrator. Now, in the month of July, so we're on our last week, if you sign up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you get $72 in additional product. So just real quickly, when you sign up to be a demonstrator, you get, for $99 plus tax, you get $125 worth of product of your choice. Stampin' Up! Is running a promotion now that if you sign up in the month of July, you get an additional $72 worth of product. That product includes 2 D blocks. I don't have the Stampin' Up! I'm saving up for them, the Stampin' Up! Acrylic blocks, but it appears to be about this size, and they're nice and thick. They're really nice looking. So you get 2 D block stamp sets, or stamping blocks, acrylic blocks. You get a pad of grid paper, which looks like this. Probably can't get it in the camera. Hold on, let me zoom out. So it's this nice pad of grid paper. It has 100 sheets. It is double-sided, so you can use it for your measurements, to take notes. It's really nice. I really love this grid paper. Then you get some paper snips, which are their little scissors. I don't have a pair of those. You get some a thing of snail adhesive. You get a bone folder, and you get this Carols of Christmas stamp set. So in addition to your $125 worth of product, you get an additional $72 worth of product, all for $99 and plus tax. So I'm in Texas. When I signed up, I paid about $107. Now, if you're interested in signing up with Stampin' Up!, let me know. I will send you any information, answer any questions you have. This is the stamp set I'm going to feature. If you're going to place, I always tell my customers, if you're going to place a big order, you might as well take advantage of the deal and sign up to be a demonstrator. There's absolutely no obligation. I have quite a bit of ladies on my team. We have a great upline that is very supportive and active. I tend to leave my ladies alone. If they want me to bug them, I will. Most of them, if not all of them, are hobby demonstrators, so they just do this for fun. So it's totally whatever you want to make it. I'm really a hobby demonstrator. I just happen to make YouTube videos, so I do bring in all my business from my YouTube videos. Otherwise, I wouldn't sell to anybody because I stay in my craft room and stamp myself. So anyway, this stamp we're going to feature. This stamp does have dies that if you are interested in purchasing the dies, if you sign up to become a demonstrator, the dies can be part of your $125 worth of product that you would choose. So these dies are card front builder thinlit dies, and everything I use will be listed below. I can't link these products, but I will put the order number at least, or the name of them, so you can search for them that way if you do sign up. If you're just a customer, you won't be able to purchase any of this until September 1st. I take mine out and put them on a magnetic sheet. They don't come this way. So these are the dies. They're really nice. You have trees, you have a border, and then you have these corner borders, and then some embellishments with the ornaments and floral, and then you have this really pretty night sky scene. So I'm going to be using this with the stamp set today. I'm also bringing in my Layering Squares framelit dies. So here's what they look like. Again, I put it on the magnetic sheet. Ink I will be using is Garden Green ink. I will be using this gorgeous copper trim thread, which is really cool because it's quite thin, but then you can stretch it out, or kind of looks like net, and you can kind of shape it. It's just really cool stuff. Love this stuff. I'm using a ground espresso card base, and I'm bringing in the coffee DSP, and I've already, this is A2 size, so we have 5.5 by 4 1/4, and then I have my piece of coffee DSP. It's called Coffee Break Designer Series paper. Here's the pack. And I've done plenty of videos using this paper, so I'm not going to make you sit through that again. But this is a piece, and I cut it to an 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card. And that I did the green. Of course, you can do any side you want. I thought the green looked nice and rustic. Then I have a piece of white, Whisper White cardstock. This is 5 1/4 by 4. This is actually going to be the insert to my card, so you can actually write a message. I took some more of the Coffee Break Designer Series paper in the wood grain, and this is where I used my layering squares. I used the biggest. I didn't use the stitch, but I used the biggest straight edge to create this piece. Then I took a scalloped edge and used some crumb cake because I'm going to layer these like that. And then I have some ground espresso. I used the die, the tree dies, and I cut some trees in ground espresso and garden green cardstock. The garden green is the same color as my pattern paper. Then I used the deer die right here and cut out a deer in ground espresso as well. And when I put that all together, this is the card that we will be making today. So really pretty. You will need your adhesives, oh, and I also need to get a strip of my another pattern paper, which I will cut with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're gonna get the easy stuff out of the way, and I'm gonna go ahead and adhere my insert to the inside. Put this aside. Go ahead and take this, and I want to take my Coffee Break DSP. This is the wood pattern, and I'm going to adhere that to my garden green cardstock. Trim off the edge. Then with that, I'm going to go ahead and take my ribbon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie my ribbon to the top, but I'm going to kind of cheat a little. I add 2 strips of tape adhesive, and then what I do is I kind of stick it on the tape adhesive, wrap it around, and then stick it again. Trim it off and kind of straighten it up. And I like to take a glue dot and just secure it in the center, just so it doesn't shift around and move on me. Then what I do is I take my ribbon and go ahead and tie a bow. And what's nice about this ribbon is you can kind of manipulate it to however you want it to look. Take a glue dot, just pop that there and secure it. And we can go ahead and take this. I'm going to take my Stampin' dimensionals. Go ahead and adhere it to my card base, and then we can put this aside once we are done. Perfect. I'm going to take my Mini Misty and to stamp my sentiments. I think my garden green ink needs re-inking, and I don't know if I have the re-inker. So until then, we're going to have to do it this way. I'm taking the Peace on Earth stamp set, or stamp. I'm going to go ahead and pop that down. Now, ideally, I would stamp first, then cut. That way I don't have to worry about getting my stamps so straight, but to save on time with the video, I pre-cut everything. Or I at least try to. So I'm going to take my garden green and go ahead and stamp it out. Now, Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell a stamp positioning tool, but if you're interested, I will list a couple different ones. There's the Mini, there's a Misty, and then Tim Holtz just released a platform stamping tool, which I have on order. Just waiting to get. I will list both below if you're interested. Take a peek at that. I'm going to take my tape adhesive. Pop this up on my wood grain background. Use some dimensionals to pop it up. And then bring back in our card base. Go ahead and adhere this down. Okay, put that aside again. Now, let me put my deer aside so I don't lose it. So the reason why I did 2 different colors is because when I originally did the green, I just thought it kind of looked a little plain. So what I did was I did the brown, the ground espresso, to create kind of a shadow behind the green trees. So I'm going to take my Tombow Mono liquid adhesive and just add some adhesive to the back. And then when I adhere it down, I just kind of do it a little bit off center. You can have as much as you want showing or as little. We'll do the same with this one. And then I go ahead and adhere it down. Now, if you don't have the dies, if you signed up or you're going to sign up and you just get the stamp set, this card alone is beautiful. You can make this card without any of the dies. So I'm going to try this week to show you alternatives that if you didn't get the die, what can you do? Because I don't want to just show stuff with the dies and you end up not having any ideas. So at this point, you would leave the card like this. And I think it's beautiful the way it is. It's very simple, very classy. I like it a lot. Very rustic. If you have the dies, you can do it a step further. So I'm going to go ahead and decide where I want these. I kind of place them because I'm going to add dimensionals. This is raised, so I need to raise my trees on this side so it lays flush. Obviously, this is going to be attached to my little sentiment piece, so I'm not going to raise this part because it can attach flat. So what I like to do is place where I want it, and then I kind of see where I need to put my Stampin' Dimensionals. I have my mini dimensionals and my regular Stampin' Dimensionals. So the mini ones come in handy with stuff like this because I don't have to cut my dimensionals and I can put dimensionals in this small area. Let's see again. I think this should work. So what I like to do is just add some glue adhesive and then adhere that down and give it a chance to dry. I may tuck in, let's see, tuck in another dimensional down here so it's not, just keep in mind when you're doing dimensionals and all that, that you keep in mind if you are going to mail it, you don't want it to be smushed or cave in. So that looks good. Then I'm going to take this next one and I'm going to add a dimensional to the side here and then glue kind of like that. There we go. And then we can't forget our deer. I'm just going to kind of glue him and adhere him to the tree as if he's standing in front of the tree. And that really completes our card. We can trim this up a little like that. And here is card number 1. So really pretty. That ribbon is really cool. So we have 2 of these. So stay tuned for tomorrow where I will bring you another card. Remember, if you have any questions, let me know. All details will be below about the current promotion. And I would absolutely love to have you on my team. I would love to have you as a customer as well. So if you are not interested in signing up, just stay tuned for September 1st where you will be able to purchase the stamp set and die set. And I'll catch you guys next time.